In this video, you're gonna learn how to play with more topspin, how to relax more, how to play more aggressive, more consistent, and how can you last for longer, where you can play more and at the same time spend less energy and do less effort. That's the goal, to play for as long as possible and to last all your match, all your practice, and to enjoy more. Before I start, I just want to recommend some rackets that I really think are the best rackets for you as a beginner or any player that want to play better with more topspin. I'll give you my top 3 rackets. I'm not sponsored, I'm just saying because I really believe this can help you. And of course the first one is this, the Babolat Pure Drive. Mine is 315 grams. I recommend for you 285 or 300 max if you are a regular player. Then you can adjust the weights, you can Google also what's the best for you, but that is the average. The second racket I recommend is the Technifiber T-Flash, which is really similar to this one, and you can also generate a lot of power and you have really good feelings with the racket. And the third one is the Head Extreme, and these 3 rackets are really similar, and the advantage of these rackets is like I feel like I can stop to play like for 1 month or 2 months or a few weeks, because I never stopped so long, and then come back and have a really good feeling immediately in the first lessons. And with other rackets I feel it's too difficult, I don't have the feeling, it's not so easy to generate topspin, so these rackets will facilitate a lot your work and your forehand. The second thing of course is the grip. I always mention about that, but if you want to play with heavy topspin, if you want to approach your forehand to a professional forehand, to a pro forehand, I always recommend to play with semi-western grip. And the easiest way to understand is to keep the racket, for example, let's say you are here, you do the first step here, you put the racket, the strings facing to the fence, and your hand here relax without having tension here. For example, this is more eastern grip, this is western grip. We want semi-western grip with your hand completely relaxed. Just again, my grip is smaller, so I don't have space here. I recommend for you to have a space here is what is standard. I don't have, as you can see, I don't have any space. That's why sometimes you even think this is a western grip. This is my recommendation, the beginner recommendation, and without this it's difficult to have a really good forehand. And even especially if you are beginner and you try to play with heavy topspin, of course you can do heavy topspin with eastern grip, but you will fail much more, you do much more mistakes, and you'll be frustrated. And what is going to happen, you're just going to start to play slow just to play some balls inside, and that will take all your confidence away, because in tennis you really need a good shot to make the difference. And this shot usually is the forehand. That is the shot that when you have the chance you need to accelerate and finish the point, and halas, point is over. And with the semi-western grip this is much simple. Then what you want to generate even more topspin is really to relax as much as possible. As you know, I always do a lot of exercises with my chair. I don't know if it's the first time you watch to my videos, but if it's the first time, I can, for example, you can put the racket here with this grip, you can keep the racket facing the floor like that, the court like that, and then from here you will play. And this is the first step to start feeling that, okay, actually this grip is really good, because no matter the power or the speed I do, if you do this and you accelerate, the ball is always in, and you feel, oh, now how can I apply this to my actually forehand? And then you just to start to preparing the racket, make the movement more beautiful, and when you reach this position you accelerate. Then once you get better you start to relax more, this, okay, and then you get used to this, and then you accelerate. Of course here you relax, and then you do a little bit more of tension and you go. Also, if you want more topspin and more speed, of course, because remember, when you play with topspin, the topspin always cuts the speed. So let's say you play 100 km/h, one flat ball and one with topspin. The one with topspin maybe is going with 60. So when you play with topspin, you always need to play a little bit faster, more aggressive, and you will feel that more aggressive, more energy you spend, more safe is the ball. If you are afraid, if you play slower just because you are playing with topspin, you're gonna miss more balls to the net, then you're gonna stop using so much your legs, and you really need to use your legs to accelerate even more, to generate more speed. And don't be afraid to always accelerate more, because again, if you have the forehand grip, the semi-western grip, this is super easy and you will not miss as you think. If you do the basic mistakes when you change, if for example you play with eastern, or if you play with semi-western, but you think, oh, maybe this is not as is saying, okay, this is a lot about confidence, because once you do this grip, there is no way you will change. And the most common mistakes you will do is, first you're gonna open too much the head of the racket and the ball starts to fly, and then you're gonna take your eyes too early out of the ball, which is gonna lead to many mistakes, or cross court, or also higher balls. And the second is you forgot, because you forget because you are so focused on your hand and on your movement that you forget that actually tennis is a game played with your legs, where if you don't have the right footwork according to the ball that is coming, you're gonna miss the ball, or you have more chances of missing. And this I mean, like for example, if you move forward, if you move in the diagonal and forward, usually you go with closed stance. If you move to the side and the ball is higher, usually is open stance. Then if you also, this is really important to understand, you have many videos of me talking about footwork. You also have my courses if you are already inside, and you can have a look more about that. Another thing is your preparation. Of course, this is really important, as you know, the grip, the racket, and this lag here to accelerate more. But also you need to understand, okay, is the ball coming fast or is the ball coming slow? Because if you have more time, you can prepare with the racket a little bit higher and you have more time. So everything is going to be easier because you're going to take advantage of the weight of the racket. You're going to drop the head of the racket naturally because the racket has weight. That's why heavier the racket, easier is to play, because you take more advantage of the weight of the racket and the racket falls alone and then you accelerate. If the ball is too fast, you don't have time to go up. Or if you do, you're going to be late and you're going to play inside of the body. And here, you either do this or you're going to miss the ball. So if the ball is coming too fast, you need to adapt. You need to just open and go to the most important thing and part of the forehand, that is this part here. No matter what you do, you need to reach here and without stopping. You need to go slow, 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 and accelerate without stopping. If you stop, it's like breaking the cycle. It's like doing this, a squat, stopping, and then going up is much more difficult. If you just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, it's much easier. And here is the same. You go slow, 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 and go. And you need to have this rhythm without stopping. If the ball is slow, a little bit shorter, you can do a little loop. Okay? This to say that you have many preparations according to the speed of the ball, and this also will impact the way you hit the ball and you generate more top spins. That's of course if you have more time. If the ball is higher, you can prepare higher and you can use more your legs. You can use the power coming from your legs to generate more power. This is the ideal. If the ball is coming too fast, you need to prepare earlier, you need to use more of your body. And also if you want, the ball is coming fast, so you don't need to accelerate as much as you want. You can just, for example, the ball is coming fast, you can just change directions fast and then you see what's going to happen. Or the ball is coming too fast, you can also do the ball like Nadal does here, go a little bit higher. You can play down the line and then anticipate one ball cross court and be on this side trying to play inside out. And that way when they play cross court, you will have more time and you can prepare and actually generate more power. This is actually really easy to do, but requires a lot of hours. And the only thing that is better for you, or you can take advantage of, is that, okay, you are listening to this video, you already need to accept, okay, this actually is going to take time. It's easy, but requires time. And it's simple, but it's not easy, because you actually need to do a lot of repetitions. You actually need to go to the court and accept that, okay, let me try to accelerate as much as I can, see what is my limit, and see what do I need to do to even increase that limit. And every time you can do it better. Never be satisfied with your level. Never be satisfied with the rhythm you have, with the speed, with the topspin, because you can always get more. You can always do more. You can always get faster. And that's for me the most interesting thing of tennis. And also, more things you know and more feelings you have, more you can play and more you can enjoy tennis. So if you approach tennis to do, okay, let me try to learn something new today, let me see what can I do different here that will increase my game tomorrow, for example. If you think that way, if you approach that way, is much easier. Another thing that I want to say to you is, usually we say always topspin, forehand topspin, and how to generate more topspin. But we always talk about forehand on this side. But as you know, most of us, we are really good on forehand on this side. So most of our topspin is played here, okay, with this stance here, and when you generate the power. So you really need to have strong legs to do that footwork. You really need to be strong. You really need to press against the floor before you go. And no matter the height of the ball, you always need to do this and play, okay? And then another thing that is important is, in order to play higher and deeper, of course if the ball is higher, it's going to go deeper, you always need to go higher with your elbow as well. It's really common, some professionals we do this, we accelerate, but this is like exceptions. If you want to learn and if you want to make it better, you always need to go up with your elbow. Imagine you have one ball here and then the second ball there, and then you play and you go up with your racket. And then from here you have two options. You either go up and finish and you answer the phone, or you go up and you close more or less like Wawrinka, like this here. And this is, in my opinion, where you can generate more topspin, but works best and better if the ball at this height, hip height or below. It's much easier to accelerate and just stay here, because you just go here and you stay and you generate more topspin, because actually you use more your forearm, your wrist, because you need to do this movement and play and close more the racket, and it's also easier to open angles. So you can always change according to the ball that is coming. Let me know if you have any questions, what you'd like me to talk more in the next videos. I always would like to have more of your feedbacks, more of your challenges that you are facing now, because I know you are engaging more, but since I came to the Maldives, I feel my engagement is worse. I was a little bit disappointed actually this week. Even today I was okay, maybe I will not record today, and I actually didn't record videos in the last days because of that. Emotionally it was not so easy this change, but then I think, and I had a really good talk today, and I think okay, the goal of my channel is really to help you. So if today I can help one person, one new player to play a little bit better, I think that's already enough, and that will make me a little bit happier today. And that's the goal of this video. I hope I can help you. I hope this video helps, and if you want, you can book a call with me and I can teach you with online lessons, or you have the links below in the description for my courses or for my top 5 drills. So I hope you enjoy. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.